Why you should get to know God. Now listen, the reason how I even started to get to know God is actually literally I was literally born like, well, let's just say I'll start from the root. Like literally my dad was Muslim, my mom was a Christian, and I didn't really get raised much with like around my dad, so like I never really got to see him as much per se. However, I was raised more like looking up to my mum's side and stuff like that. And like when I was a child, when I was younger, my mum was a nun, so she was actually like really deeply religious, like heavily religious, but she was a Christian. So you can only imagine, like my dad was Muslim and my mum was like Christian. So there's already like some segregation, like some divide. So you can already tell that like some of my family members were Muslim and others were Christian. So like there was probably already like literally most people don't even know this. My first name is Mohammed. My like actual birth name, like my birth name on my birth certificate, my name is Mohammed. Laugh it off now. Laugh it off. Laugh, guys. You guys are so mean. Why are you laughing at me? But anyway, my birth name is Mohammed. And like that's a powerful name. Let's be real. Like if you're a Muslim person watching this right now, you're probably like, wow, that's a powerful name. And it is a powerful name. And like I don't disregard Muslims. I actually I deeply respect Muslims, because how can you not respect a Muslim? They serve they serve Allah with so much respect. They literally come to him clean, pray like like multiple times a day like they get on their knees, like they literally get on their knees and pray and recite the Quran in the Bible and stuff like that. Like they have so much regard for God, their God, like, well, God, I think God and Allah are the same, but they have so much regard for Allah. And like how can you not respect that? Like they serve God the way God should be served. The good Muslims anyway, the good Muslims. But obviously, like I said, I'm a Christian, being raised as like my mum being a Christian. So obviously I took in that path. I remember growing up when I was like sometime in like primary school, and I used to go to this church, and we used to have like a Sunday school. And I guess my Sunday school teachers, some of them were a bit like strict. Like some of them were like I remember I used to get punished. Like literally like all I remember is my punishments from Sunday school. I used to literally just write like literally pages of just the same thing, literally one sentence. I am sorry for, like literally, I am sorry for doing this and that. I will never do it again. I literally had to write like 10 pages of that. I remember one time I was literally crying on Saturday night, like just trying to write. Because I was thinking of like, oh, what's gonna happen if I don't finish these 10 pages of these? Like, why are you punishing? How am I getting punished at church? What's going on? But anyway, I remember vividly like just being like raised. I remember being baptized as a child and stuff like that. Um, Baptism, if you don't know, is when you have like a part like let's just say someone that has like a position in church that's like a pastor, a bishop, a priest, whatever. They just have like a really good position in church, and like yeah, they would baptize you, take you to like a swimming pool. I remember like all the kids, we got taken to the swimming pool. Um, if you live in London, you probably know this swimming pool, Wavelengths, and it's in Deptford. If you're not from London, then yeah, it's just a swimming pool that like literally everyone in the southeast side of London used to literally go to that swimming pool. So it's like a ghetto swimming pool. But anyway, we went there, and I vividly remember like actually like as I was about to go in and stuff like that, I was gassed and stuff like that. And our the pastor, like, he obviously, I'm just like in the pool now, he's holding me, like holding my head, just getting ready to dip me in the water. And obviously he dips me in whilst he's praying, etc., etc. And then he says, I baptize you with the name Paul. So that's literally that's where I got my name from. Whoever, if you like know me as Paul and like you've never known me as Muhammad, I got the name Paul from that baptism, literally when I was like 11 years old. And if you still refer to me or you only knew me as Muhammad, well, clearly you know me as Paul because my YouTube channel's name is Paul. But anyway, if you knew me as, then yeah, that's the reason I changed. And like all the Muslims, like I love Muslims. Obviously, I'm not raised Muslim. It probably would have been different if I was raised like. Obviously, I know God always has his intentions. Everything happens for a reason. I will never change my faith. I'm a strong Christian, and I will never change my faith for no one, even if I'm held at like gunpoint. Like literally, I will never change my faith, like ever. But after that day, obviously, I was then referred to or known as Paul, and then as I got older, I like legally changed my name to Paul by like deed poll. So I checked my passport, everything. Like I'm just known as Paul now. So like I still like I'm still used to old friends saying yo Mo or like yo Mo Muhammad yo Muhammad yo Hamed yo Hammerhead Shark yo Hammerhead, and yeah, like whoever calls me Hammerhead, yeah, you're a waste man, innit? If you call me Hammerhead, yeah, now just if I was the same person, if I had the same brain I do now, and we run it back to secondary, even in secondary school, like what? I never used to have it. Like I was a physical guy. I was just a bit like emotional, and for no reason. That's probably like PTSD and stuff like that from like past trauma, from childhood experiences, which I'll probably delve into in like a future video. But like, yeah, like run it back right now. Like I will hammerhead shark you. But anyway, so moving on, obviously growing up as a Christian, changed my name. I've always kind of been a Christian, always had that devotion for God. And like I've seen certain things in like churches where like I literally see people bring like their child to church, and like let's just say I'm in the congregation. The congregation is where usually everyone that's an audience of the church, like they have their seat in that particular area, and that's just called the congregation. Don't ask me why. And so I will be part of the congregation. Someone will bring their child, and like the pastor or prophet, well, mainly a prophet, I guess. The prophet will literally like he will try to deliver this person, not try, but he will deliver this person, and he will bring them up to like the podium, and he will be like, everyone pray for this girl. And then as we're praying, like praying for this girl, people are clapping, stamping their feet. Everyone's speaking in tongues. Tongues is like where you speak in like a language that only God only God understand. My voice has been really weird today. Let me try drink some water. But you speak in like a it's like a language that I'll give you an example. Just literally like just speaking in like a I have a friend that I know now, his name is Sam. He literally when he's like freestyling, he literally speaks in tongues while he's freestyling. So he's like teasing. Oh, it's funny, you should meet him. I'll probably do like you've probably met him, like if you go on my TikTok, he's the guy that did the fundraising video. So like when I said point of view just bumped into a fundraiser, he's that guy. Yeah, so when he's freestyling he starts like speaking in tongues. It's so funny. But anyway, so we're in that service now, everyone's praying for this girl, and then out of nowhere this girl just literally starts like moving like a snake. Like her eyes are closed, she starts moving in like a snake. And then the prophet talks to her, and he says to her, this is not you that's talking. There's something inside of you. There's a demon inside of you speaking or living inside of you. So I'm going to communicate with this demon. And like me on the other like I'm praying because I do not want that demon coming in me. That's not coming in me personally. I am not having that demon coming to me, my vessel. No way. There's just no way. So obviously I'm like, yeah, praying for this girl, and then out of nowhere he tells everyone to like stop praying and stuff like that, and he's like, I'm gonna speak to the demon. And then he starts talking to the girl, and she's still moving like some snake, like she's literally like moving like a snake, but like a human. Like her eyes are closed, people are holding her, and she's like moving like a snake, literally all parts of her body from head to toe, literally just moving like a snake. And then she starts talking, ah, I will never let go. Like imagine a girl talking like this, like 15, 14. And I'm not gonna lie, you know what's sad? I'm just being honest. I actually thought this girl was attractive, and like I wanted to like speak to her after service and stuff like that. This was before like the service started. And then after seeing that, yeah, I was like, love, I do not want to associate. We are good in the hood, yeah. Yeah, I'd rather stay single, yeah. He better make sure he gets that demon out before I even chat to you. No, I'm joking. But obviously, I was just young then and just being stupid. I'm just being honest, but like, she was genuinely a good looking girl. So it's usually the good looking girls that are demons. Yeah, that makes sense now. But anyway, so obviously, she's talking like bare, like, she has a deep voice, like, I will never let this girl go. I uh, he was like, this girl's grandmother, like obviously I can't keep doing that voice, but this girl's grandmother is is uh uh is using something back home. So back home represents like Africa, like her hometown. She's like doing some black magic. Black magic is like juju, where it's like using spells and stuff like that. And she's using spells to in this girl to make her like to put a demon in her or whatever. Like apparently she cursed her or something. I don't know if it was a curse or whatever, but like someone back home is doing some demonic stuff and it's affecting this girl. And I don't know if that girl, because I remember the prophet saying like that girl went back home and touched something or like ate something, and now it's entered her, and he's like, I'm gonna get it out. So we start obviously the demonic spirit keeps talking, and then the prophet's like, we're gonna pray for this girl, she's gonna vomit by the end of by the time I'm done with her, she's gonna puke this thing out. And I felt that stuff. I could feel that in my spirit. So when people tell me, oh, God doesn't exist and stuff like that, I'm just like, bro, you wasn't in that service. You was not. And by the end of the time we started praying, she literally puked. Like she puked it out and stuff like that. I kept praying for her. So it was just like that was like the first time I would say I really encountered like the spirit of God. I could feel it. Like you could still be in that same room and like harden your heart and say, oh yeah, it's not true, like I don't believe. Like it's up to you. But personally, I think that was an experience of God. And there's been numerous other times. Like I remember I was in one of my uncle's cars and I was living in New Cross, and I was kind of young then, and he left me in the car to go get something in the house. And there was like a Fanta bottle there. I started sipping it and it was probably putting too much sugar in my head. Then I looked at the I looked at the handbrake. I was like, what's this interesting thing? What's this handbrake? There's a button here. Why is it so stiff? And then I just start like trying to like you push it down? Do you lift it up? And then I pushed it up, and bearing in mind where he parked was like a hill, like not a hill. Let's just say there's like a main road here. On both sides there's residential parking, but like not like it's New Cross. If you know what New Cross is, it's like a kind of like deprived area. So it's like a like lower income, especially back then. Like only people that like had a small income, like uni students and stuff like that. Really low income residential area, and it's like a busy road as well. So usually that road is always busy because it's right next to the university. And I pulled this handbrake. I don't know if I pulled it down or up. I think I pulled it down. Yeah, when you pull it down, it releases the handbrake. When you pull it up, it activates it. So I pulled it down. I pressed that button and pulled it down. And I literally just started rolling and like, thank God there was no cars coming. I literally just rolled down, hit the other side of the road, and then that's it. And then he came out bare angry. Yeah, bare long day. Let me not even talk about that day. But he was so angry with me, and yeah, it was a long day for me. But like, I just thank God that I'm so grateful I didn't get any injuries from that. Like, I was good. Imagine another car was coming at the same time. You know, these crazy guys just speeding, and thank God. All I can say is thank God. That was just another like experience of God. Like, also, like, I have a scar here, and that actually happened when I was a baby. So I was actually just a little baby, and I know this is not in like chronological order, but I just remembered now. So it's like when I was a baby, I there was a table of glass, and this glass table, I personally don't remember. I was told this story, but this glass table, I must have jumped on it, and it broke in pieces and shattered, and a glass went right here, just underneath my eye. So just imagine it went in my eye. I would have been blind in that eye. So I'm grateful to God that I'm not blind. There's a lot of reasons that I'm grateful to God for, like, being alive, not having any illnesses. I'm not like deficient in anything. Like, I can't remember the last time I went to the doctor like seeking like help for anything major. So I'm really genuinely like really grateful to God, and he's definitely been there for me. So hopefully, like, some of these reasons. But why you should get to know God is, well, one, if you create that relationship with God, then he can alleviate a lot of problems in your life. I think putting all your burdens on someone or something kind of just gets the stress out of your mind. And then knowing you're protected by the most like almighty entity, like, just imagine the greatest entity in this world protecting you. You would feel so reassured. It's almost like, let's say I looked like Dwayne Johnson, The Rock from WWE, that big super strong guy, and like, let's just say I'm Dwayne Johnson. If I had a girlfriend and she went out with me, she'd feel protected. She would feel protected. And I know I'm just giving an example, but obviously God is way stronger and greater and smarter than Dwayne Johnson. But like, just as an example, that's the way I feel protected from God. Just knowing that, like, I serve him, and I'm grateful to him. I pray to him. I ask for forgiveness and stuff like that. So I don't expect, but I know he has told me that he will protect me. So therefore, that just takes away like 99% of my problems. That's why I don't really stress about anything, because I just know God is there for me. So that protection is very important. And also, you don't wanna pass away, and let's just say, like, go hell. Like, no one wants to go to hell. No one wants to imagine. Some people say it out of jokes, but like, you don't. If you experienced it, it's like almost like, because you haven't experienced it, that's why you're saying, oh yeah, like, oh yeah, I'm a bad guy. I'm going hell. Like, some people say that like out of jokes, like, oh yeah, I'm going to hell. Like, I'm definitely going hell. I have so many friends that have said that, and like, it's not where you want to go realistically. And by serving Christ, if you come to him, it says it as well, John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever, it doesn't say. So that means some people that come to me, it says for whosoever. So whoever you are, it doesn't matter who you are, what you've been through, what you've done, whosoever come to me shall have everlasting life and not perish. So essentially, that just means that, like, I'm grateful to God for, like, one, accepting me, like, for all the bad things I've done, and still, like, being uh regardless of what I've done in this world, he can still forgive me and acknowledge me and take me in and take me to heaven. Like, I'm not the purest guy you've probably met in your life. I could I could make myself appear as though I am like the most holy, but come on, I'd rather just be an honest person, just live a life of no regrets. Everything I've done, I accept, and I'm grateful for everything, negative or positive, and just live life knowing that, like, I can't assess whether I'm going to heaven or hell, but I can only keep speaking it into existence, keep speaking positive. So I pray that I do go to heaven. I mean, I don't want to go hell. That's not the life. Like, just imagine you live like 0.00, like, just infinitely recurring percentage of noughts on this world, and then just one at the end. That's the percentage of time you live on earth, and then the rest of that time, so the 99.999 recurring to infinitely recurring, you live your life in the afterlife. So this percentage of the life that I live in the world, what's the point of just like, okay, great, I want to enjoy my life and, do certain things, but like, what's the point of sacrificing my soul just for the world? Then after, when I die, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to live in hell for the rest of my eternity, like forever. So obviously, I'd choose personally, and I'd want you to as well choose to go to heaven as well. So at least just have it in your mind. You don't have to make any sudden changes right now, but just have it in your mind, and you can always make that decision in the future. So hopefully that's another reason why you would want to get to know God. But genuinely, hopefully my story has enlightened you, and maybe, who knows, maybe one day you will want to become a Christian. Maybe you will want to get to know God more. You don't have to be a Christian to get to know God, but maybe you might want to know Christ more, Jesus Christ more. Maybe you might want to get to know God and create that relationship, read your Bible, and study and learn more about God. That's entirely up to you, and you make that decision. I'm not going to take you to heaven. Like, when I'm going to heaven, I'm not going to be like, oh God, bro, hey God, please, bro, I beg you, bring my man as well. God, please, nah, God, please, bro, bring my man. Bring my man as well, and my mom, and my sister. Hey, God, please, man. Bring them, bring them, bring them, bring. I can't chat to God like that. God's gonna be like, bro, you hold your thing. You hold your life. You're in control of your own life. Your parents and stuff like that can only do so much until a certain extent, until a certain point in your life. They can't take you to the afterlife. So you make that decision. But at the end of the day, I'm trying to raise a kingdom of men and women, but specifically men, to be more like in tune with their masculinity, to be more focused, to be more warriors. Like, I literally ate the same thing I ate yesterday. Okay, that's a lie, because yesterday was kind of like not really a cheat day, but like I kind of made it a cheat day. I bought like KFC chicken. Just chicken though, no chips or like burgers and sauce, and just literally just chicken. But today I literally had an avocado. I had some almonds. I had a sweet potato and some chicken thighs. I just seasoned the thighs with lime, black pepper, and pink Himalayan salt, and I used ghee as my oil. And I literally just put the potatoes and the chicken in a baking paper, slapped that in the oven, and then I steamed for 5 minutes. So steaming vegetables is basically when you boil the water to a point where, like, you literally steam. The water's boiling, then you put the vegetables in. So I steamed some tender stem broccolis, made nice and soft for like 5 to 6 minutes, took them out, just put in a little bit of pink Himalayan and some black pepper on it, and yeah, that was literally my meal. And I'm gonna eat the same thing again in the evening tonight, but this time I'm gonna have it with some plantains, my favorite. I've literally replaced plantain with like all sweet sugar stuff like that, and I'm just gonna probably like just fry them, eat it with the chicken, and then I've literally been drinking water all day, every day. If I am to drink a juice like once every week, maybe, then it will be apple juice, and it's the Sun Magic one that I drink. So there's this app called Yuka, and you can actually like scan products and like actually see which products are like healthy and which aren't, what they contain, all the carcinogens and stuff like that. So I would highly recommend. The app is called YUKA, and I'll probably put it in the description, just so you can download that. And you don't need to be extreme like me. It's your health. Like you you can take care of how you can put in 10% into your health and 90% into social media, and 90% caring about what other people are doing, 90% into your job, for your manager. But I'm gonna put 90% into my health, 90% into improving my physical, spiritual, mental health, mental well-being, because these things make you happier every single day. Remember, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. It's been your boy Paul Khadar, and we